It's now my distinct privilege and pleasure to introduce you to our Convocation speaker, a Curry College alum, Mr. Robert Arnesen.
Can we put this in this thing? All right, I'll go this way. Good morning, everybody. Great to see everyone, bright, shiny faces. This is excellent. Actually, I don't think I need to give this talk today because everyone behind me did an excellent job describing my whole speech, so we can move on. No, I'm just kidding. Good morning and welcome to Curry College, class of 2026. That is amazing to me. Before we get started, I'd like to personally just welcome you to Curry. I want to thank President Quigley, the staff, the faculty, and all the great people that set this meeting up to have me speak to you this morning. It's a true honor. I look around at all of you, and I think this is your student body. These are the people you're going to be going to class with for the next 4 years. People you're going to make great relationships with, friendships. Not just this class, but all the classes here today. All your hard work and effort is paid off because you're sitting here today in these seats ready to embark on your new journey. So it's a very exciting time. So for that reason, I'd like everybody to stand up, including the faculty, the folks behind me. I'd like to give yourself a huge round of applause for getting into Curry College and starting your journey today. Oh, can you hear me? For all the students, please remain standing. You're not off the hook quite yet. For the rest of us, we can sit down. I'd like for each of you to turn to the person next to you, shake that person's hand, and introduce yourself and say congratulations for getting into Curry College. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Okay, you can sit down now. I'm not going to torture you for the rest of this talk. Thank you for pleasing me for that exercise. I sat in the same seats you were sitting in many years ago. I remember the feeling of being excited, anxious, nervous, wondering personally, would I ever meet new friends? I was the king of the hill in high school, and coming into college, I knew nobody. So it was scary. The biggest question I think on my mind as I reflect back is, could I succeed in the next 4 years and then beyond that? And that was a scary moment too, because after the 4 years, technically I had to get a job and really start contributing to the society and to earn a paycheck, et cetera. But the one thing that I made a commitment to myself coming into college, I would go outside my comfort zone and try new things. And I'm here to tell you today, my theme for all of you in this talk is take a chance and do something different. Don't follow the ways of the past. This is a new start for everybody as you embark on this journey. See how it feels to take a chance. See what happens when you do something different. See what you learn about yourself. If there's anything I want you to remember today from this talk, is take a chance and do something different. So let me get a little bit into myself, very briefly. I was the first generation in my family to go to college. My parents worked extremely hard to give me an opportunity to get a higher education. When I first came into Curry College, my original goal was to be on the radio. I wanted to learn business management and communications. I quickly realized, being part of the WMLM network, that I did not have the radio voice to make it in that field. And so, with the help of some people behind me, we did a little career change. But what I did realize at that time is I wanted to make my parents proud. I wanted to take advantage of the opportunities that college gave me and give it everything that I had. I was also very nervous as well, because I had some learning challenges coming into college. I learned very late in high school that certain things came very hard to me. Reading comprehension, taking tests, and learning how to study appropriately. So I took a chance and I got some help from the Curry resources and the staff, the professors, my advisor, and the PAL program, and I reached outside my comfort zone again at the start of college, and I found the help that I needed. So I took a chance and I did something completely different. I opened myself up to how the Curry College experience could really help me. And they did. And I learned how to do things better. I learned how to take tests. I learned how to read more effectively. and it's really been a huge part of my life to this day. So let's talk about change for a second. The world has changed tremendously. I look out there and I smile. I have 3 boys of my own. 2 graduated from college, 1 going in a couple years. So I've lived quite an exciting time with them. But back in 1989, which was 33 years ago, I sat, as I mentioned, in those seats. And when I think about the changes, I think about we didn't have the internet. There was no such thing. There was no such thing as social media, Snapchat, Instagram. In fact, I still don't know how to use those things today. My kids constantly tell me I need to get on Snapchat. I don't even know how to do it. Personal computing was not even available at that point in time. In fact, when we came to school, my parents had to purchase a word processor. And for some of you professors out there, we had very messy handwriting back then. So they wanted us to use word processors to type our papers in so they could read what we put together on paper. There were no cell phones. In fact, we had payphones. I don't know if any of you remember those. But we had those all over the campus, on the dorm floors, in the library, around the student center, the gym. And in fact, when my parents dropped me off in college, they gave me 3 rolls of quarters to make phone calls and to do my laundry. So times have changed. We also had something called the library. I think there's still a library here. Is that true? Okay, good. Please go there. But we had encyclopedias and dictionaries. And this is how we found the information we needed to take our tests, to do our studying, and to write our papers. Most importantly, we had to work together to find the answers we needed. We asked questions and we challenged each other back then. We had no Google in our pockets. So what does this all mean for you? As I was preparing for this day, I wanted to touch on COVID as well, as Dr. Boboni just spoke about this. COVID has changed the lives of everybody in this room, in our community, and in the world. It's changed my business, which I'll talk to you about in a second. But most importantly, no matter what you had to do to survive the COVID pandemic, it brought you here today. You survived. You got through this time. You learned new ways of learning, new ways of communicating. You embraced change, and you came here today. And you got here. You adapted. So hats off to each and every one of you. Don't take that for granted. That is a very serious thing, and you adapted. So now you're here. When I think about it, I think you guys came into school on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So think about this. You came into school, you got thrown into a dorm room, you have a new roommate, you have to share a bathroom, which can be wild. It's very noisy. There's people around you at all times. You must go to the dining hall to eat now. You have to do your own laundry eventually. You're probably not there yet, maybe in a few days. And at the same time, you have to manage your own time, which is kind of a cool concept, because mom and dad or your parents or loved ones don't have to remind you how to do anything. So that comes with a huge challenge. But at the end of the day, think about how you got here. You survived, and it springboarded you into this situation today to adapt. So hats off to each of you. So how do we make the most of the Curry experience? I thought about this quite a bit preparing for today. So my personal advice to each of you, as a former student, as a father, as a co-founder of a technology company, take advantage of the Curry experience. Develop strong bonds with your classmates, professors, staff. It's so vital. I did that, and I wouldn't be standing here in front of you today if I didn't. Challenge your minds. It's really important. As an employer, which I'll talk to in a second, we want people to challenge us, to think of new, innovative ways to do business and to do anything. Be a part of the Curry fabric. Get involved, whether it's sports. I see the football team. I think some of you guys are right here, right? Get involved. Whether it's sports, whether it's intramurals, whether it's the radio, social clubs, events, things, get involved in this fabric. There's so many great things to do at this college. Once you determine your major, when that time comes, no matter what field you're studying, figure out how to get involved through internships, through helping out, getting involved in the community. That experience is priceless. Because when I'm talking to people, it's really important that they talk about their experience. And so by doing that, take advantage of the programs here to help you. Lastly, and this is my personal favorite, learning is infinite. There are no boundaries to learning. Challenge your minds. Take a chance and do something different. Get out of your comfort zone starting today. So let's go to today. In today's world, think about employers, companies like mine, why do we hire? So we hire kids out of school. We hire graduates, and there's a reason for that. But in my company, at eClinical Solutions, we're in the life sciences business. So that means we help pharmaceutical, biotech, and med device companies get the answers to their clinical programs to get new drugs, applications, molecules, and devices onto the market faster, more timely. So we sell software and services to connect all the clinical data in real time so people can get the answers they need. So, okay, what does that all mean at the end of the day? It means we have to hire people to think of new ways to solve huge data challenges that we face in our business today. So as innovators, we take chances all the time, which means we do our homework. We understand the risks. We're thoughtful about how we approach business. But we need smart people like you in 4 years to come help us on this journey. So I've learned, as being a co-founder of a company and in my life, building relationships, trying my best, and trying to expand my mind, and creating good, solid values will help me along the way, and that's what we do here. We put our people first in everything that we do, and this means we put our team in front of the business needs. So be prepared, because hopefully in 2026, I'll be talking to some of you. And when that time comes, I'm gonna look for people that embrace change, people that take risks, being open-minded to new ideas. Someone touched on that earlier today. You're gonna talk to people outside your comfort zone. Again, take a chance. Meet folks, be open-minded to ways of doing new business. My business partner is from India, and one of our chief technology officers is from Egypt. I would have never dreamed in a million years, being at Curry College in Milton, Massachusetts, that two of my confidants and helping me grow my business and my learnings would be from out of the country. So you never know what's gonna happen. Be organized and well-spoken. And one thing that's really important is be open to feedback. It's hard to get feedback sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's really important to understand how you're being perceived, how you're communicating with people, and be open to that feedback. And lastly, be bold. Be an advocate for yourself. Take advantage of opportunities no matter what you're studying, no matter what you're doing to advance yourself. I can't stress that enough. Take a chance and do something different. Learn, challenge yourself. This is your pathway to true growth. So in conclusion, I had to work much harder when I entered college. Still do to this day, actually. I had to work really hard to get good grades to succeed and be the best I could be. The Curry College experience and the team that helped me every step of the way gave me the confidence that I needed to be standing in front of you here. I personally want to thank President Quigley, because when I was in school, he was actually my business law teacher. He taught a number of business management courses, and he was my personal advisor. So to be standing here with him today is a huge honor for me personally. Without the wisdom and advice of President Quigley, again, I don't mean to reiterate this, I would not be standing up here today. He had frank conversations with me, helped me grow, and helped me achieve my goals. And to this day, we've been in touch. So I can tell you from experience that get connected to the people at this school. They will go above and beyond to help you. You just have to take that next step to get involved. The world needs creative minds, people that are determined and can solve big challenges. And yes, people have to work hard. I expect it, I demand it at people in my company, and at the same time, you should be challenging yourselves to do the same thing. Because if you do, the world is yours to explore. So thank you again. I appreciate being part of the Convocation. I wish you all well in your own journeys. Make the most of it, set the bar high for yourself, and I hope to be speaking to some of you in 2026. All the very best.